There's something about the atmosphere of Taiwan. Not that atmosphere or that or that or that. A little bit of that, but more so when looking at the pervading tone or mood of a place, situation, or creative work.
Yeah, he loved the serenity of the place.
How's the serenity?
I think he also just loved the word.
So much serenity.
It's rather how the rain reflects the neon lights and collects their colors to display them across the street, stretching them beneath the yellow taxis and scooters with their technicolor raincoat riders. It's about how life is encouraged and thrives in green swatches across every surface. It's how the architecture was molded around nature rather than carved from it. Through constructing fantasy novels, I almost exclusively draw from my travels, the feelings you can cultivate from a place and space in a specific time. In fantasy, the world must be a character. And Taiwan has a lot of character and characters. Being in Taiwan is a completely different atmosphere, has greatly advanced my personal development. It is incredible how intrinsically tied personal and professional development is, though. Nothing has been more apparent to me than the need for a wide and diverse network, as the entire trip was constructed from the thick backbone of our professor and tour guide. Sophie Lausch's connections to artists, weavers, museum curators, Australian office workers. Our professor was constantly organising opportunities for us to engage and develop our cultural relations with Taiwan. She exposed us to the atmosphere of Taiwan by partaking in culturally relevant performances, traditional foods, and incredible creative professionals. This was a work trip, a study tour, where we were constantly developing our creative practice and responding to our work with the influence of Taiwanese art and media. Writer, photographer, and artist Yao was one of the multiple literary connections Sophie exposed us to. He spoke deeply about his professions and the involvement of students in his books. He had books covering every surface of his home, yet knew exactly where every volume he acquired was, and drew forth relevant tomes for us to learn from. This was a great interest in me. This was of great interest to me, and seeing his studio was an incredible opportunity I never would have been afforded otherwise, if not for the imperative networks that our professor has ensured for us through the funding and programming opportunities the QUT and the NCP program have afforded us. Donghua University, our university partner, was another opportunity afforded to us through such programming and allowed us to connect with the students of Taiwan, many of whom were indigenous and offered another insight into the cultural significance of the land and brought new meaning and artistic value to a lot of the works and performances we'd seen thus far. There were 14 paragraphs written on the incredible opportunity this was for all of us. Has advanced my own connections and will inform my practice to make it more international because of the connections I have acquired here in Taiwan. We've all followed the students of Donghua on social media and hope to support each other's creative practices as well as advance into being working professionals. Queensland University of Technology is the university for the real world. Through this programming, they prepare you for tomorrow by showing you the world. And funding from the new Colombo plan has allowed me to experience what I otherwise wouldn't have had the opportunity to. Through their support, this incredible opportunity for personal and professional growth has been made possible. Thank you.